Alrighty guys, so how's she going today? So as you see, the Confederate flag is out. Cat's got a big mouth. So get him out of here. Come on, go. Keep going. Come on, you got a big mouth. Eat then. But yeah, so got some people burning some shit. Actually over there. At that company over there or whatever. You can see my pile of dirt there, a little bit bigger. It's actually much bigger now. But my grandma just went to go get some hydraulic oil for the big tractor, so maybe we'll be hauling some dirt with that. Look at that big black smoke. My mom went with. She's gonna go pick up a few things, so you see my pile of dirt. So yeah, I'm gonna probably start putting it there now, because if I get it too far over here, then I gotta go so much further. So I'm gonna start stacking some of it there. So, and some people were, well, they weren't bitching, but they were just saying that my videos were getting to be a bit too long. You know, I do agree, but the thing is, I can't get a lot done in these short videos. So, I'll try to keep this one short if I can. So, but this is part 1, or episode 1 of how to mow your lawn. I think the first thing I'm going to look over first is, well, I'll fix my flag, is Double O Strike should probably know this, because Double O Strike's doing how not to mow, and I'm going to be doing how to mow. Not how to mow like a pro, but just know how to mow, basically, you know, take good care of your equipment. I'm going to do, the first episode here is going to be how to look over your machine before you go mow. This is what you're supposed to do. I really don't do it with this machine because, for one, I'm not leaking any oils. So why check them? Because I know they're not low. So, but the thing you're supposed to do first is, if you got a brush guard, pull up on your hand though. Double O Strike doesn't have that, so he's okay. Pull up your hood. Just check your basic, like your antifreeze. See, I'm a little bit low on antifreeze, but it seems like when I start running it, it gets going. It gets up there again. Check your air filter, which I blew this out before I started mowing for the season anyway. A little dusty, so not too bad though. It needs to be replaced. So just check that, you know, take it out, inspect it, make sure you don't get any crap down in the carburetor. So, come on. Just make sure you got this on nice and tight. La 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 la, it's not going on. Come on. There we go. So, just check all your liquids. Make sure make sure everything's tight. You know, top off anything that needs to be topped off. Fuel filter's not leaking, so it's fine. This tractor did not get its oil changed this year, just because, for one, it didn't have the money, and two, you only have to change it every 100 hours. So, for this truck to go by. So you don't have to change it every year if you don't want to, unless you're putting on 100 hours a year. Dipstick's kind of bent, but check your fill, or your oil fill. I'm pretty close, and still, it's not even black, so why even change it, you know? Check that. This tractor hasn't ran for a week, so just check your oils, check your belt tension, that's fine. Stuff. And then check your belt, check your mower deck, check your belts, you know, make sure they're not broken or cracked. Clean it. You're supposed to clean your tractor when you're done with it. See, I haven't cleaned mine yet. You don't really have to. You can check tire pressure if you want, but yeah, just check your basic stuff. If you plan on mowing at night, check your lights. Typical thing. Look at that cat. She's like, what are you doing? Making so much racket. So, are you making racket? Yeah, big baby. It's a big baby. And you're supposed to check your rear end fill or your level. There's a dipstick back in here under the seat. You check that once in a while. Haven't changed the hydraulic oil yet in this thing. I'll probably do it next year because maybe, I don't know, it depends. See how much gas you got. It looks like I got about half a tank, so I'm still good. So I know double strikes, yours don't work. It could be a simple fix. It actually might be there could be a wire for it that's unplugged or broken. Check that, you know. Typical thing. Then you're supposed to test all your safety features, make sure they all work. Which I will probably not do right now, maybe in part 2 or something. I don't really go over the safety features because I don't really use them. I know Double Strike's dad or whatever, he doesn't like the Rio feature on that, but you have to use it. If you keep turning your deck on and off like that, you will wear things out a lot quicker. You know, what I do is I just put a stick under it. Like, I'll pull it all the way up and then I'll just jab a stick under it, so that way it's like overriding the system, and then you can just obviously back up and go forwards without even pulling up on the switch. A lot of people just disable that, but I wouldn't disable the safety seat, because if you should roll, that'll kill the tractor. Don't think it matters too much for that, so if you wanted to disable it, you could, but yeah, just go over your tractor, check tire pressure. My tires don't leak. That one there did, but I put slime in it, and it's been holding there ever since. So then grease your machine at least once a year. I grease mine once a year. I do grease it pretty good though, so it'll be fine. Clean your mower deck. You're underneath your mower deck when you're done for the year too. Don't forget about that, because otherwise what happens if the grass stays under it, it starts to decay, and then it starts to get moisture, and then it actually it'll rot the deck out. So they say to do that before winter. I don't think I did it last year, so that's kind of my fault. I did clean it though early on before I started mowing, because I had to pull the blades off and sharpen them. So, and make sure your blades are sharp. I think mine are way underneath there. Yeah, they're way underneath there, so I'm not going to be able to reach them. But see how sharp your blades are. I know Double Strikes ain't that sharp, but yeah, you definitely want to sharpen them. Just get your. You can just do it with a hand file as well. If you wanted to. Look at my camera. Seems like it's. Oh, I guess it's fine. It just seems like I was so close up on everything. I guess I'm not, but yeah, just you know, use a hand file. You can get those for like not even $10, you know, and hand file it. That's what my uncle does. I just got a 4.5 inch angle grinder to sharpen mine. It goes way quicker than filing, but yeah, you just want to go over your machines, make sure it's, you know, going to work, not going to have any issues. And you know, having it for almost 6 years now, it's been pretty good. So yeah, just check everything over. So part 2 will be the startup on this. Well, I don't know exactly when I'll do it, but this is just part 1 anyway, or episode 1. My grass is starting to get a little green now, so, but unfortunately it may be a few more days yet before I actually can mow. So, because I'm waiting for it to get to a certain height. So, and I mow at, well, since it's starting to slow down, I'll probably put it up to 3. At the beginning of the year, I'll put it down to like 2.5 or something, because it'll you know, it'll just come right back up. So cut it short and it'll last a little bit longer. Now we've had quite a bit of rain this year, so I've just been kind of mowing it short because it just keeps coming right back anyway. If we were in a drought, I would want to cut it high. I know Double a Strike, I think you guys are kind of in like a drought too. You guys haven't had rain for a little while, so I would suggest letting the grass grow as much as possible. Don't let it get too crazy though, and then just cut it high. Cut it at like 3 inches or yeah, 3 inches or something, you know. So at least you'll have, because if you cut the grass too short, the ground will dry out quicker. As you can see by how long it's taken mine to come back in now because of it being dried out. But it rained here and there, so yeah, just go over your machine. Make sure your mower deck's hooked up right and not going to drag. But there is some play in these decks. You got to remember there is some flex to these decks, you know. That's so if you hit something, your deck can actually can slide out. Because it's pretty much well like on a 3-point hitch, because you got the 2 links there and then you got the 3rd link there. And it's all quick attach. So, well, I would be if I didn't have the damn brush guard on. I got to take that off in order to get that bracket off. So, yeah, just go over your machines, check them, maintenance, check the oils and stuff. And we'll go over how to change the oils and stuff in this later on. Even though I didn't do it in this machine, but I can kind of give you an idea on what to do. Yeah. I'm not going to make this video long because a lot of people were complaining that my videos are too long. So I guess I'll just try to keep them as short as possible. So in part 2, I think we'll go over the warm-up of this tractor, and then how to, well, you guys can figure out how to operate it, but go over the safety features and why they give it to you and whatnot. So this is just kind of part 1, you know, checking your machine before you put it to work. So what you should be doing every time before you use it. If you know you got like an engine leak, you'll want to check it, but my engine's not leaking, so I don't really check it. I kind of keep an eye on it on Big Red because it leaks in the wintertime. So, but yeah, so there's part 1, guys. It's not a how to mow your yard, but it's freaking flag. It's a start. So, just go over it. Make sure everything's working. Grease it if you have to. You know, check your oils and whatnot, and make sure you got plenty of gas. Double Strike, you really should figure out how come your fuel gauge quit working. I bet you it's probably just something real simple too. I bet you there's probably a plug somewhere here in this tank, or maybe even up in the dash. It might even just come loose in the dash itself. I think if you just pull the hood up, and then you just take this off, and then you can see there's everything right underneath there, that silver thing. It's all underneath there. Just take the screws out, and then that'll tell you if your wire's loose or not. It could just be a loose wire or a broken wire. So, yeah, so there you go, guys. That's part 1. I will probably do part 2 when it actually comes time to mow, to check all the safety features. Even though, like I said, I don't use them, but you know, the real thing, of course, is the only thing that I use. Well, I mean, the safety seat is there too, but you could disable it all if you wanted to, but I just don't think I would want to. So, and you definitely need to get yourself one of these. it will improve your mowing quite a bit, even if you don't have a 4-wheel steer tractor. You see, mine's 4-wheel steer, so even if you got a 2-wheel steer, at least you can still whip that front end in and out real quick. So yeah, there you go, guys. I'm going to take off. Part 2 will probably be up later on. This is just part 1. I don't have any other videos coming up, so I figured I was going to, but I figured after the people complained that my videos were too long, I figured, well, that video was almost an hour, and I was like, I'm not going to waste people's time with that. So I didn't upload it. I'll just upload this one instead. Yeah, so anyways, guys, I'm going to take off, so I guess have a good day and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you in part 2.